Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Let me begin the class today with a question for you. If I ask you, why do you come to this class, what would be your answer?
In order to learn English.
In order to learn English. We come to this class in order to learn English. Is there any other way to express the same idea?
To learn English.
Yeah, we come to this class to learn English. Just give me a complete answer, okay? A complete sentence. Okay.
We come here so as to improve our English.
We come here so as to improve our English. That's right. Anybody else? Why do you come to this class? Yeah?
We come here for a view to learning English.
With a view to learning English. We come here for the purpose of learning English. We come here with the intention of learning English. We come here with the object or aim of learning English, right? Good. Why do people learn English? What do you think? Why do people learn English everywhere in the world? See, my question is with why. I'm going to explain, everything, but first I just want to draw your attention to the topic.
Because it is an international language.
Do not answer my question with because we don't work on adverb clause of cause and effect. We work on adverb clause of purpose, and there's a difference. You can ask your question with why, but if the question is about a reason, then you answer that with because. For example, if I ask you, why didn't you come to your class yesterday? So you're saying that because I was sick yesterday. I couldn't come to the class because I was sick, right? There's a reason. But if I'm asking you, why do you study hard? So you have a purpose, right? You have a goal to achieve, right? So then you answer my question using one of these words, okay, conjunctions. Got the point? Okay, so now my question again. Why do many people try to learn English in the world?
They want to know less another language as well. They want to know less another language.
No, it doesn't make sense. They want list, what do you mean? List means for the fear of. Yes, like mabada in your language. Okay. Yeah, they want to learn English lest
They lose their
achieve their goal.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about list. I'm gonna give you some examples. Yeah.
They learn English so that they can easily find a job.
Yes, that's one purpose. Many people in the world learn English so that they can find good jobs, for example. Yeah. What else? Many people in the world try to learn English in order to communicate with the rest of the world, okay? Because it's a national language, so, if you go anywhere in the world, there could be somebody who can talk to you in English, right? Okay, next question. Why do the Afghan government and Taliban have a negotiation in Doha? What do you think? There's a purpose. Why do Taliban and the Afghan government have negotiation in Doha? Yep. In order to bring peace, or in order to bring peace in Afghanistan. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. What else? You can use you can express different ideas. Yep.
In order to finish the fighting between Afghan people.
In order to finish the war, in order to end the war in Afghanistan. So the Afghan government and Taliban have a negotiation in Doha in order to end the war, so as to end the war, or you can say to end the war. Okay, adverb clause of purpose. Adverb clause of purpose. What is adverb clause of purpose? It is a group of words which is a subject and main verb, and it shows the purpose of an action in its main class. Again, listen. Adverb clause of purpose is a group of words which has a subject and main verb and shows the purpose of an action in its main class. So that is the simple definition or easy definition. Okay. Now look, we have these three words: in order to, so as to, and to. And we have these two words: so that or in order that. And then we have these phrases with the view to, for the purpose of, with object of, with the aim of, and with the intention of. And finally we have the word lest. Okay. In order to and so as to, according to my point of view, in order to is very common in daily English, in both spoken and written English. So as to is somehow more formal, and to is the short form of in order to and so as to is the short form. Okay. When we use them in sentences, they should be followed by main verb base form. Okay. There is no any other subject. Why? Because these words have double functions. Okay. On the one hand, they are used as conjunctions to combine our two clauses, to combine the independent clause with the dependent clause. On the other hand, they themselves function as the subject of the main verb. Okay, so therefore they have double functions. When you use so that or in order that, and sometimes in spoken English the word that could be left out. It could not be even used in spoken English. It is usually followed by subject plus one of the modal auxiliaries, according to the meaning in your sentence. Can, could, may, might. Okay, and then subject and subject plus modal auxiliary plus main verb in base form. So that is the difference. Okay, in order to, so as to, and to are followed directly by main verb base form. So that or in order that are followed by subject plus a modal auxiliary and then main verb in base form. So there's the difference. What about these phrases with the view to, for the intention of, for the purpose of, with the intention of, with the aim of? Okay, these phrases are followed by gerunds, verb ing. Okay, there should be gerund or a gerund phrase after if you want to use one of these phrases in your sentences. Okay. So now, look at these examples. He studies hard so as to pass the exam. He studies hard in order to pass the exam. Or finally, the short form, he studies hard to pass the exam. As I told you, okay, they have double functions. On the one hand, they are used here as conjunctions to combine the two clauses. On the other hand, your main verb here, base form, which comes in base form, doesn't have a subject. So they also function as the subject of your main verb. So they should be followed directly by main verb base form, first form, okay? We cannot bring a subject here, we cannot bring any other form here. We cannot bring second form, third form, or any other form. You got the point? Okay. And look at this example. He studies hard so that, or in order that, he can pass the exam. So it's followed by subject plus a modal auxiliary verb and plus main verb in base form. Okay? Because after modal auxiliaries, we use main verb in base form. So therefore, there should be base form of the main verb. Okay? And there could be a modal auxiliary verb. But look at these phrases. He studies hard with a view to, for the purpose of, with the aim of, with the object of, with the intention of. See, verb ing, they are followed by verb ing, gerund or gerund phrase. So he studies hard with a view to passing the exam. And finally, we have the word lest. Lest means for the fear of. Like in our language, we say mabada ya nashake, nashichi. He studies hard lest he fails the exam. He studies hard lest he fails the exam. So there's a fear of failing the exam. That's why he studies hard. You got it? But still there's a purpose. Okay. Now the question is with why. Why does he study hard? He studies hard in order to pass the exam. Look, adverb clause, I told you in its definition that adverb clause of purpose shows the purpose of an action in its main clause. So the action is here, studying hard. That's an action. But that action is done for a purpose. And what the purpose is here in your adverb clause of purpose. That's the passing the exam. Okay, so the purpose that he studies hard is that he should pass the exam. Understood? So it shows the purpose. Passing the exam is what? The purpose. The purpose of what? The purpose of this action in the main clause. Okay, so now our definition is correct because we proved it here in this example. And the same thing over here. The same thing. Just, there are different ways to use these words in your sentences. You see that? You see the difference? Okay. And so as to, in order to, okay, they're followed by main verb base form. So that in order that are followed by subject plus moral auxiliary plus main verb base form, right? And these phrases are followed by gerund passing, ing form, right? Okay. And list can be also followed by subject plus verb form. Here in the first sentence in between these two sentences, it's simple present tense, and here is simple past tense. He studies hard lest he fails the exam. Okay, so what is the fear that he studies hard? Yeah, the fear is failing the exam, right? And I didn't tell her about her father's sickness lest she got worried. What was the fear of not telling her about her father's sickness? What was the fear? Yeah, getting worried. If I told her, she would get worried, okay? So that was the fear. So for the fear of, and in our language, which word do we use? Mabada. Mabada, right? Okay. Any questions? See, remember the previous time we covered adverb clause of cause and effect, okay? And there's a difference between cause and purpose, okay? So now, for example, you can ask your question with the same word why about both reason or purpose, okay? If I ask you, why were you absent yesterday? Like I asked her before, why were you absent yesterday? So I'm asking about the reason or the cause of your absentee, right? So you answering me, I was absent yesterday because I was sick. I was absent yesterday because I had a problem. I was absent yesterday because I had some guests, for example, okay? So you're giving me a reason, okay? But if I'm asking you, why do you come here? Why do you study hard? Why do you learn English? So obviously, by coming here, by learning English, by studying hard, you have a purpose. And my question is about your purpose, right? So then you answer me with one of these words. Okay, why do you study hard? I study hard in order to get a high score on the final exam. I study hard so as to get a high score on the final exam. I study hard to get a high score finally too, the short form, right? I study hard so that I can get a high score on the final exam. I study hard in order that I can get a high score on the final exam. I study hard with a view to, getting a high score on the final exam. Okay? Or I study hard lest I get a low score on the final exam. Okay? You talk about your fear. Okay? Got the point? So this is how we use these words in adverb clause of purpose. If you got any questions, feel free to ask your questions.
No, sir.
Are you sure everything is clear? Everything is clear. No problems. Now it's your turn to make examples. See, one thing I want to tell the audience, due to the fact that people are not interested in watching long videos, we're trying to record our videos, like short videos, to record short videos, 10 to 15 minutes. But it doesn't mean that everything is done within these 10, 15 minutes, okay? It's just the explanation, and we record the explanation so that other people could take advantage of it. Otherwise, we're busy. I mean, after we're done with recording, I mean, students are busy. They are involved in the class, and it's a practical environment. They make a lot of examples. They make a lot of sentences. They talk to me. They talk to, each other, and they practice, this point until I make sure that everybody has understood the point and everybody can use this grammatical point in their daily English. Okay, so that's what's going on, I mean, in the classroom, okay? It's not just like we cover everything within these 10, 15 minutes, because our class time is 90 minutes, right? So we spend only 15, 20 minutes to explain the point, and then the rest of the time is given to students to practice, okay? So now it's your turn to make examples. Yep.
In Falmaitila, she watches English speeches a lot, so as to improve her speaking and listening skills.
Great. Yep.
I'll go to bazaar in order to buy something.
He plays hard in order to win the match.
That's right.
I'll give you this English book in order to, so that you can pass your exam.
I'll give you this English book so that you can pass your exam. That's right. Yep. Anybody else? Yeah. Look at these, examples. Look at these words. Yep. Pretty easy, not difficult. Come on. Come on, yep.
He runs on the street for the purpose of not coming late.
Yes, he was running on the street for the purpose of coming on time or not coming late or whatever. Yeah,
They bought a piece of land so that they can build a bigger house.
that's right. That's right. They bought a piece of land so that they can build a bigger house. Anybody else? Yep.
The name of Allah, he plays very well so as to win the match.
Yes, he plays very well so as to win the match. That's perfect. Enough? So okay, after we're done with the recording, as I mentioned before, that we're trying to make our videos as small as possible so that they don't become boring for those who are watching them and trying to, get benefit of these videos. But after we're done with the recording, we'll keep, practicing this point. You got the point? Yeah, so we're done. Have a great time.